Whoa, I just got such a steal. $980 for a cruise for 2 people for 7 nights on Royal Caribbean, which with all the taxes and fees comes out to $1,126.14. Yeah. Wait, what the f? Was it too good to be true? In this video, I'm sharing with you a full breakdown of what I paid for this cruise with all the other extra stuff, as well as a lot of helpful tips. We're all about the helpful tips, right? In case you want to avoid the current situation that I'm in. And in the end, was it worth it? Coming up. And if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada, and this is Where in the World is CL, where I make travel videos every week to help you get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. In my other video, I share some of the top tips and ways you can save money when booking a cruise. And in this instance, I used the tip around booking during off season. And so I'm cruising out of South Florida, and during this time, in the months of September, October, November, think about it, all the kids are going back to school. And the other thing is it's typically hurricane season. And so no one really likes to go to this area during hurricane season. So you can typically find better rates. I guess I don't want to be somewhere during hurricane season either. Ooh, let's dive into my computer and let me show you what I'm looking at. Make me small. So right now it's July 2022, and what I did was I went to the Royal Caribbean site and I basically just chose the months. I chose the months for the rest of the year, and then after choosing the months, I went through all the different cruises that I was interested in, and I ended up picking a boat that I met Meatball on. And so you can see on the screen right now, when I go through all the dates of the sailings, you can see what the prices are, and you can see it's kind of all over the place. And in other months, there's even bigger jumps. And so I'm trying to backtrack into when we're available and which cruising would give us the most savings. And so even though this one is the cheapest one, it doesn't work for my schedule. So we're gonna go on this one, literally exactly a month from now. So $490 a person if you do an interior room, which I don't know, I'm sure we'll upgrade that, to be totally honest.
A quick interruption to report that I may have forgotten to change the room type. That is where a balcony should be, but instead it's just Meatball shorts. But there is one advantage to having an interior room, which is you sleep really well. It's 5 p.m. and this is still happening. But if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and let's get back to it.
And so of course I was expecting to pay the taxes and the fees. And like I said in the very beginning, the amount that we ended up paying in the end was around $1,100. Again, for 2 people for 7 nights. That's really amazing. Granted, it's in an interior room, but I guess in theory, you spend more time out on the ship. And so tell me in the comments below, because I'm genuinely curious, do you book your cruises where you're staying in the interior room and you don't get anything else? Because now the next step for me is trying to figure out the specialty dining, the drink package, the excursions, and all the other stuff. And so when I started to look at this next part, that's when I was like, what the? Okay, let's go through the 3 things that are the extra things that we paid for that came out to be way more than I anticipated. So we're talking dining, drinking, and internet. And let's specifically talk about dining. So you can see we ended up choosing the unlimited dining package versus just 3 nights. And the ultimate decision maker for us, and one thing to ask yourself, is do you care about things like being able to go to lunch at specialty restaurants on sea days? And for us, we didn't really want to just limit ourselves to the main dining room. And so we ended up doing the unlimited dining package, which another thing you'll find out in a second is that you also have to pay gratuities on top of these. But let's talk about the drinking. So when it comes to drinking, ultimate deciding factors for us were actually 2 things. One, I drink a lot of water, like an insane amount of water. And unlike Virgin Voyages, which I talk a lot about on my channel, water is not free on this cruise ship. And so I priced out all the water. Whew, it would have been a huge bill, but also, we also just love sitting at the bar and drinking. We're really good at it. And so it made sense for us to get the deluxe unlimited drink package. And then we did the each getting internet for 1 device, and the faster internet, surf and stream, which is kind of a hefty price. And so basically comes out to being this many drinks per person per day for it to make sense, because the internet a la carte would otherwise cost this much. Okay, let's jump into my receipt. So as a reminder, I paid this much for the cruise. Now we have the unlimited dining at $439, and we have our deluxe drink package and 1 device per person at $1357. Okay, that part right there. I paid more for the drink package and internet than I did for the cruise. Tell me in the comments below if you're surprised or if you're like, nah, of course. For me, I was like, didn't really expect that. The other thing is they add gratuities. And so this amount of gratuities is around 16%. That was something I didn't anticipate. So in total, now for the cruise, we're at this amount. And well, let's fast forward to going on the cruise to talk about anything else I paid.
What an awesome time this cruise was. It was absolutely worth it. The only additional things that we paid for, and helpful to know, you can either pay it in advance or as each day passes on the cruise, but it's $14.50 per person for added gratuities. And for us, even though on the dining package, on the drink package, and here it's added, we still brought a ton of cash so that we could make sure that the staff was receiving the additional gratuity that we were giving at the bars, at the restaurants, and to our room attendant, who I made was awesome. So to keep it simple, for the total cruise, plus the dining package, plus the drink package, this grand total came out to this amount, or this amount per person per night. I hope this was helpful. If it was, cheers that like button, and we will see you in the next adventure. Tons of videos in the description below. Ciao.